Hi, crafters. I'm sorry, I need to open a new chat box, else I can't see what you guys are saying. So if you think, what is she doing? Well, the postman came and just brought me my new dies, die designs. And I thought it was fun to share them with you. I'm waiting for more people to come on live. I see I have one. Hi. I don't know who it is. I'm waiting for people to come on live, because else I'm going to show you stuff and then all people say, wait a minute. So maybe more people will come on. I think you're going to love the new release, the new May release from Surprise Creations that I designed for them. I made a few samples, so I can show you samples. And finally, I have the Tussy Mussie nesting die set in. So I can show it to you, and that's the one that I'm going to start with. I see there are now 3 people live. Hi. Maybe you can give me a comment so I know that the comment section works. I don't know if it works. Hi. Hi, honey. Hi. I'm waiting for people to come on. Hi, Jill. Hi. So I'm going to show you the new dies that I designed for Surprise Creations. And the first one I like to start with is the Seahorse that I designed. The Seahorse that I designed, the other seller had a different one. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, sweetie. The other seller had one that you can paper piece in different colors of paper, but I also wanted to do one that turns the other way and who you can make into a shaker. Hi, Sue Loving Nurse. Hi, R-A-H. Oh, that's difficult for me to pronounce. But the first one I like to show you is this set. It makes the seahorse into a shaker. The eyes and the nose and the mouth are in there. And I even added a tiny bow, so you could make it into a male or a female seahorse. So this is the first set. Hi, Bronx Hill. Hi, sweetie. And this is the first one that I like to show you. The second one that I have is the butterfly bow set. And the butterfly bow set, this time I added all the extra layers. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Francine. Yeah, I just came on live, so I'm just here. And I'm showing the new dies that I designed for Surprise Creations. And this is the bow set. And what I did this time, and I don't know if you can see, but what I did is I did not only make the bow, but I also did the extra layers. So this makes it possible, this makes it so you don't have to fussy cut. You don't have to die cut this twice and cut it on the scored lines. I added all the extra layers that goes on all the bows, and I thought that was fun. Hi, Maria. Hi. And I thought that was very convenient to have, because then it would make it possible to make your bow in one pass through your machine. So yeah, I made them in 2 different sizes. So there is a bigger bow and a smaller bow inside. You get all of them. I think so. Please check the link. I think you will get all of them in one set. Let me check. I have to go back to the seller. Yeah, these, when you buy these, they ask $9.42 in US dollars, but then you will get them all. So including all the layers and stuff like that. I've lost my chat box. Hi, Jen. Hi, Crafty Lady. I had today off, so I got to see you live. That's cool. Thanks for joining me. So when you buy these, you will get all the extra layers, and you don't have to fussy cut them anymore. And I made them in a different size. And now for the two that I took the time and effort to make a sample. So first, I like to start with the Tussy Mussie. I must say this correctly this time. I Googled it. If you Googled it, you will see a kind of a Victorian flower holder. I think that's the best way I can explain it in my special English speaking. But the set looks like this, and you will say, well, that's look funny. What does it make? Okay, I will explain. What I did is I made one sample, and the sample that I made is made with the second one in. So with this die. So the second one in, not the largest one. But in this set, I added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different sizes. So you could make a smaller one and a bigger one, whatever your heart's desires. Hi, Barbara. Hi, sweetie. I hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. Yeah. So this will make your mussy, Tussy mussy. I always mix those two words up because they look alike. And I made a sample. I just cut a little snip off because I messed up the end part a little bit. But what you can do, it's a flower gift giving item. Look it up on Google and see how nice the Victorian ones look. I just made the quick sample so you have an idea, but when you roll it up, you can do some lace and some, how do you call that, beading? Yeah, I don't know the English word for it, but bead string kind of thing. I did it on the edges, and it's fun when you make your own flowers to be give them like this. And you can even, if you want, make 2 holes at the side and then make them hang. They have really nice samples if you Google them. Oh, just trim. Okay. I thought this was called trim, and I didn't know that the other one was also called trim. But they made really nice one, and I made not the largest one, but the second size in. But I think then you will have an idea. And I think when you hot glue the flowers inside, these are artificial flowers. I didn't make these myself. I just wanted to add them so you had an idea. But this is a little bit like the Victorian ones. Those only look nicer. But you can stamp on them, hot foil on them. It's so fun to see how you can dress them up. And I think if you give them a try, you will like them just as much as I did. I didn't know what they were. There was a sweet lady in one of my live streams asked me if I could design them. So I designed them. And yeah, I think this is a fun way to give a friend artificial flowers or flowers you made yourself. Or what you could do is fill it up with all kinds of tiny sweets and then top it off with handmade flowers. I think that's a fun idea. But that's my opinion, of course. So when you buy the set, you will get 7 of these cones. Let me call them cones. And then you can make and dress them up however you want. You can even, if you want, because this is not so really narrow, but if you want, you can tuck them even more in and make them even more narrower. Is that a word? I don't know. Yeah, great for weddings. Yeah, I think so too. Party favors, that stuff. And yeah, if you plant them, for instance, in that kind of stuff, that you use for artificial flowers, that foam kind of stuff, the gray one, then you can stick them all down. It makes a beautiful bouquet. So, okay, and then one other thing, the last one that I designed. And I made some samples But I don't know if you remember that recently I bought a lot of faux leather. And I bought different ones. Hi, Nicole. At last, could you see live. Beautiful cone and flowers. Thank you, Anna. Hi, Gibbing. I will tilt the camera so you can see what I'm doing. I will put the die set away so you can't see it just yet, but I wanted to explain something to you. Hi, Jen Victoria. See, these are the faux leather items that I bought recently. And this one was the thickest one that I bought. This one has chunky glitter on it. I tested it out with die cutting, the die that I'm going to show you in a few minutes. But the cutting die won't cut all the way through to chunky glitter. It doesn't, but it's really, really thick. This one is almost as thick as the other one. It doesn't hold chunky glitter. That's the difference. Through this one, and it's also fairly thick, the dies will cut through. So just so you know. Then I have a little, or one that is a little thinner. You can see the difference in the thickness. And this one will cut no problem at all, even though there is a little bit of glitter on this faux leather. But keep in mind, it doesn't cut, it only makes like a marking in the chunky glitter one. So you have to, after die cutting and passing it through your machine, if you want to use the chunky glitter one, you have to cut it by hand. Yeah, you have to help it. That's the downside of only a thin lit die. But the other ones were no problem at all. So these were only my, and this one I messed up. But the die set looks like this. And what I intended it to be is a mixed media book. So a booklet that you could put together. This is to make your cover, and this is to make the inner pages. I'm personally going to use it as a swatch book, but I was also thinking in making it as a notebook, and I think that's very fun to have. You can, of course, close the book however you want, but if you use, for instance, an elastic band around it, that will do perfectly. To fill up these spaces, I added some mixed media items that I personally would use, and I added a small, because I had the room, a small paperclip one. And when you put it together, it will look like this. And I will show you that the chunky glitter one will work. I will tell you the size in a few seconds. Will electronic cutter cut through the glitter one? I don't know, Jill. I don't think the how do you call that? The cutting edge is high enough to cut all the way through. But if you pass it through your machine and after that cut it by hand on the scored lines, it will work perfectly. Yeah, I thought so too, Karen. This is for journal, mini albums, mixed media. And so I did the chunky glitter one, so it will work. And I made some inner pages. These pages you can take in and out. That's no problem at all. I have to put them inside of each other. The next one that I did, hi, the Dicer. Nice to see you in Chris's Adventure Live. You were our star guest. Yeah. Thank you. See, and this is the one that feels really like leather. And this one cut it perfectly. I didn't have to do any effort. So it's just because the chunky glitter is too chunky to cut all the way through. After I cut the leather, I cut the same die in paper and I put them on the inner pages. And this makes it really a sturdy book. It was surprising to me how sturdy it became. So, and I glued this paper to the backing of this stuff because it has a little bit of a fuzzy backside, just with double-sided tape, and it really holds well. You see, it doesn't come loose, so don't be trick by it. It's worked perfectly. I always use the Sukwan tape, as you know, and I use that on the back side of the faux leather one, and that works really, really well. So you don't have to work with liquid glue or stuff like that. I will try a double cut with the deep blade. Yeah, maybe that will work. I don't know. Yeah, you can also laminate, because I also cut one of the outer pages, so the cover one. So this one out of just paper, and that works of course fine. But I wanted to know if it also would cut this leather and um, the other ones that I made. But because I don't have a longer base plate, I messed up and I came a little short. But it will cut perfectly, as you see how nice. And this is just one pass through the machine, and this one has glitter on top of it too. So don't be worried, it will cut. The only one that won't cut is the chunky glitter one. You have to help that one. So, and yeah, I think it's fun when you can make your own book. You can close it with a ribbon, you can close it with that's why I made those indents in it. If you want to do an elastic band, no problem. That way you can take pages in and out. But yeah, that's the die set that I designed. And I think I will go and use it as a swatch book. But if you love mixed media, I think it's a perfect die set to do that. If you like to make mini pocket notes for teachers or stuff like that, it's a perfect set. But that's my opinion. I hope you guys know that. Yeah, even a passport. I'm going to have to find your Etsy shop. Sweetie, I'm not selling these in my Etsy shop. These are sold by Surprise Creations on AliExpress. I designed them and they bought my design. Ben, would you please look at what Lotja wants, because she is meowing really hard. Uh, Thank you, Jackie. And I put all the links in the description box below, even the link to this one. And this one will be in the release of May, but they are already have put it in their store. So you would be able to buy it already if you want to. But yeah, I thought this became such a perfect mini book. You can even make it into a mini album, but I was so wondering if it would cut through that leather because it was so thick. Diva is calling. Yeah. Yeah, she's always acting a little bit up when I do my live streams, because then she doesn't get the attention she is used to. I'm sorry, guys. I will tilt my camera again. She doesn't get the attention that she normally would get. So it's always a little bit like, come on, not during my live streams. And in this one, I put in 4 pages, but you can put how many pages you want to do. It's not a problem, because you can take them in and out. If you want, you can even put a staple in the middle, like a real book. I think I will do it with an elastic band, because I saw some really pretty elastic bands on AliExpress. So I will dive into what they have and see what I like and buy a few of those elastic bands, so I could make a few of these fun, sparkly notebooks for my friends. I like them a lot. Good for tea and inserts. Yeah, also. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, if you only want to make it out of paper, that's no problem. But since I had the leather, I had something like, okay, that's something I need to try. And will it cut? Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're right. The size. Oh, I will tilt my camera so you can see. The size of the outer page is 8.5 inches wide. So 8.5 inches by, let me double check, slightly bigger than 5.5 inch. It's just 1/8 of an inch bigger. And the inner pages, Let me check that size for you as well. The inner pages are slightly over 8¼ by, come on, by 5. Oh, those half digits, I don't know. Slightly smaller than 5.5 inches. It's only slightly smaller. Hi, Miss Alabama. Hi, sweetie. So yeah, that's the size. And one page will then be 4 1/8 of an inch by 5. Oh, what's 1 down to 5.5 inch? I don't know. And in centimeters, that's something I can do, is 10.5 centimeters by 13.8. So that are the inner pages, just so you have an idea about the size. And yeah, I think I'm going to make a lot of notebooks from these. You're more than welcome. It's the only problem that I have, those inches and calling them by the correct name. That's something I just don't seem to get into my gray brain. But and I'm also going to do something fun with these Tussy Mussies. I really like them, but that's because I think I love artificial flowers. I like the real ones, but artificial flowers, yeah, you can put them anywhere and they will never die and they will not need water and stuff like that. So that's better for me. Then they won't die on me. But yeah, I hope you like the samples that I showed you. And they are available now in the store from Surprise Creations. I added all the links in the description box. Maria, still waiting for my phone letter, ordering a day after you. I think the postman knows your address better. Maria, I don't think that that's the case because I had to wait for the first ones to arrive also a really long time. But nowadays I noticed that the post in the Netherlands is collected and then you get it all in one big bag. So maybe that's the problem, that they are collecting it. And you can see that when you go to your AliExpress and look over the tracking numbers, if they all turn out to be the same at a certain time, then you will know that they are collecting all the items that come in on your name, and then they will all be delivered on the same day in one big bag. That was happened to me 2 or 3 times the last few days, but that was because I ordered also a lot of artificial flowers. Sweet people, I'm going to go. I hope you enjoyed this short, crazy live stream, the samples that I showed you. And yeah, if you buy them and make something with them, show me, because I would love to see what you guys made with the designs. I wish you all a nice day. Thank you for being here with me, and see you soon, because in the next 1 or 2 days I will be getting new dies in. Bye bye.